Good evening. This is Nubia Sunshine coming to you today on September 10th, 2013. I'm so thankful to come before you guys today. Another one of my YouTube information blogs, or just me talking and sharing some Nubia love. I thank you guys for joining me today. Today I want to talk to you guys about this natural hair boom that's happening in the African American community. I'm loving what's happening. I'm seeing everything that's going on, and I'm embracing it. And of course, I've already embraced it. And I've embraced it for so many years now. It's wonderful to see a lot of young sisters and women of all ages embracing their natural culture, their beauty, and allowing their hair to grow natural, with no relaxers, no perms, and just wearing their hair the way they should, and I love it, and it's about time that we got there. It's wonderful to see it, and even some of the younger women. Like today, I passed a couple of young girls who were coming out of high school who were talking about their hair and how they do it this way and do it that way, and it was in its natural state, and it was awesome. I love it. And I wish that all of us can embrace that, just adapting to our natural beauty and accepting that. Not accepting the European's eye, or what we think the European's eye is of beauty. Because in as much as we want to blame the Europeans for us deciding, or some of us deciding to have straight hair, it's really not them who decided that. It was us who decided that. When I go to work in certain places and I have my hair like this in its natural state, I get so many Europeans that love my hair like this. That if I decided to straighten it out, they'd be like, "Oh, why did you straighten? I like your hair curly." And we need to understand that so many other cultures embrace our natural hair. It is us who don't embrace it, and don't celebrate it like we should. But I'm so glad to see that so many young people are. They're not ashamed. It used to be back in the days when I was younger that I couldn't wear my hair like this. I couldn't let my kinky, curly hair be all that I am, because I would have gotten made fun of. And actually I did, because when I was younger, my mother always kept our hair in French braids. She didn't know how to cornrow, so she would French braid our hair, and our hair was very thick and very short. And she always kept it braided up, and it wasn't until we became teenagers where we got relaxers in our hair, and our hair fell out. And we kept relaxing and relaxing and relaxing like it was going to get better each time, and it just didn't. And by the time I was a teenager into going into being a young adult woman, my hair still didn't grow any longer than my shoulders. And it wasn't until I got dreadlocks in my hair that my hair actually grew down my back, and I had for 12 years. And I realized that my natural hair can grow that long, and not realizing even when I was younger that my hair was actually long. As when your hair is curly, it shrinks maybe about to this small, but when you stretch it out and see how much you can elasticity your hair is, it's long. And not realizing that our hair was long, but we've always felt it was short because it would draw up, and we thought it was a negative thing coming up. And it's unfortunate that we were not taught to embrace our natural hair. We were not taught to embrace our natural color, our natural beauty, and we did so many things to damage our hair, to damage our scalp, and damage our bodies. Not realizing that the chemicals that are inside relaxers can damage your scalp, can cause adverse reactions, could cause fibroid tumors, could cause cancers and all kinds of things, because we're putting a chemical directly onto our scalp, where our brain resides, where our thinking comes from, where our seeing comes from, where everything that we do, we function. We put chemical on top of that, and it's unfortunate. But I'm so glad that these young women today are starting to embrace not wearing their hair relaxed. I have a 17-year-old daughter who loves her natural hair, and she's always had her natural hair. I believe we relaxed it 1 year, and she hated it. and we cut it all off, and she started new. And she loves her natural texture. She loves to look how beautiful her curls are, and she's proud of who she is. And I think that a lot of us in the natural hair community gets that sense when we wear our hair short, when we wear our hair natural, when we wear our hair unrelaxed. You know, I wore my hair in dreads for 12 years, and they were very long, and I loved it, and I got the most compliments ever from so many different people. And then when I decided to cut it off, I cut it bald, nearly bald, and got even more compliments for me being in my natural state, and I loved it. It was fabulous, you know. And then even now, just with my hair being whatever I decided I wanted to be, I shave it and I cut it and I do all these things with it, and I love it. You know, it is me 100%. And I couldn't see myself going back to a relaxed state ever in life, because I adore my natural hair. But I love to see so many sisters that are rocking their naturals. I love to see the elderly women rocking their naturals, their shaved heads. I love it. You know, it's just so many different things that we can do with our natural hair, that with the straight hair, you know, there's nothing against the straight hair sisters and the relaxed hair sisters, but it's so much more beautiful to see a sister walking proud with her crown natural and beautiful, not having to hide it, not having to throw wig or throw weave. And it's okay to have those things, but I think it's so much more beautiful when you're not afraid to be yourself, when you are wearing your natural hair. You know, so I encourage you sisters, keep doing what you're doing, and I love it, you know. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful to see all these natural hairstyles and these young women embracing their culture and embracing who they are, and not adapting to what we think is the European way, because the Europeans don't think that way. Truth be told, I work in an industry with a bunch of Europeans, and they love my nappy, natural, kinky, curly, short, bald hair. They really do. So we need to get off of that, and we need to learn how to embrace ourselves and stop thinking that everybody hates us for what we look like. They embrace us when we embrace ourselves, believe it or not. But I thank you guys for joining me this evening, and I hope you guys continue to follow me on Facebook as well as on YouTube. Subscribe to my page. Thank you, and have a good night.